Hey guys, this is HD GW2. My name is Rapsac.
And my name is Aurial.
And today we've got another game from Imperial Gaming. Again, we're going to showcase them. This time a little bit of a longer match where you don't miss the start of the game. So let's get right into it.
Alright, so just going through the team compositions, we can see Imperial with a Warrior, going for a dual Elementalist as well.
Nice.
They've got a Necro and a Ranger. Now, Alpha going for the dual Warrior, so we'll see some 100 Blades action hopefully. Necro, Ranger, and Elementalist. So team compositions, I guess you're looking at 2 Elementalists on Imperial side for the DPS versus 2 Warriors on Alpha's side for the DPS.
Yeah, so we should be seeing a lot of kills. There should be a lot of action, you know, and dual Ellie, I mean, I must say, I kind of like watching that kind of stuff, man. You're going to see a lot of stuff flying around. You're going to get a lot of movement out of that game, and it should be pretty interesting to watch for you guys.
It should be. So let's get stuck into it.
Let's get right into it. Alright, ripping out of the base on the bottom of the map, we've got a perspective of one of the Elementalists on Team Imperial, so rushing straight for that graveyard.
Yeah, that's right. So the red team's natural is always going to be that quarry, and we can see 2 players going down there at the moment, being able to start the cap off of that. The rest of the players, so the 3 other players heading to the middle point, which is the graveyard. Now the waterfall is the natural for the blue, so they're going to rush up to that quickly and try and cap that.
So we saw a bit of an interference down on the quarry. It looks like ALFA had gone for an attack there instead of going for the graveyard. So it looks like they're actually going to have those both points. They're going to have both naturals, and they may actually sandwich Imperial on the graveyard right here.
It looks like that's what's going to be happening. We can see on the side there a lot of damage going down on those players that are at the quarry at the moment. So those 2 players getting hit up pretty hard. And we can see Imperial not putting any pressure on the waterfall at the moment. They've dedicated all of their players to going for the graveyard.
Yeah, I mean, if they're able to secure that quarry and graveyard, I think that's the strategy they were after. So, bit of a skirmish here with a warrior, and it looks like a necromancer versus one of the, well, it's the 2 elementals here, so a lot of flames going down.
Yeah, that's right. We can see that static field as well as the flames going down, being able to choke that staircase at the moment. We can see up on the mini map at the quarry, the hunter went down. It's just respawned now, so it looks like Alpha's been able to cap both natural points.
And I was just about to say, this ledge is so great for these range classes, especially the dagger and the elementals, just riding the lightning straight on the point. But he gets taken out.
We can see he was taken out, I believe, by the warrior just then. A lot of damage from those dual 100 blades, but getting the quick rally, so that's pretty good.
I would have thought, you know, Imperial's going to have a bit of an advantage here. They've got a lot more range classes. They're going to be great on those pillars there, but it looks like he just jumped to his doom there and got in melee range of a warrior, which was just what Alpha was after, getting in melee range and chopping him up.
Now Imperial backing off here, getting out of the graveyard, going for their natural point, which is going to be the quarry.
I think they're going to finally get this one back.
Yeah, looks like there's only 1 elementalist here at the moment. Nice ride the lightning.
Beautiful ride the lightning. Just chopping them down.
Being able to get that point back is going to be good for them to get them back into the game. But meanwhile, they've left 2 players at the graveyard, so still being able to keep a hold of that one, which is quite good.
It'd be great to get another perspective on the graveyard and see what's happening down there right now, because we do see a couple of players falling down from Imperial there. So we're going to have to see in a moment here what's happening down on the graveyard. It looks like a bit of a
Yeah, the Necro goes down, so it looks like that point's become contested now. So both teams, one point each.
Oh,
still
and
pretty
see
even.
That damage. Fair bit of an engagement down here. And this is where the Elementalist shines, is just ripping on that point. The other Elementalist using his staff, and he's got that Meteor Storm going down on the point. And this is doing pretty good amount of damage, I must say. Those warriors, though...
You can see that 100 blades, whirlwind in the background, jeez. Doing a lot of damage there.
But the warrior's going down as well, and just like we anticipated, it looks like we've seen just players falling all over the place. So that Axe Warrior got the Eviscerate, and I guess the other warrior going for a more sort of 100 Blades Bull Charge standard combo.
That's right, yeah. At the moment, 2 players down for Imperial, the warrior, as well as Point of View, which is the Elementalist.
You know what? I'm wondering, you know, when the day's going to come and we're going to see players running sort of ridiculously unbalanced builds and sort of going a complete AoE team and just nuking points one after the other. I mean, so far we've seen a lot of balanced games, and it's rarely rare that you have a double up with a class.
We can see at the moment, has 1 player disconnected for Imperial? I'm not too sure. It looks like they're back now. Okay, that's good. So maybe that was just a bug. Didn't see the Ranger before, I believe.
And that pet goes down, and it turns invincible and slides away across the map back to its owner. That's a nice one there with the pets.
Yep. And we can see the spirits running all over the map as well, which is good.
Again, the spirits, you know, it looks like he's going for a spirit heavy build. He's got 3 spirits out at the moment, and the way players traditionally deal with this, I don't know if you guys have played in beta weekends and sort of figured this one out, is it's actually really good to focus down those spirits because they got pretty long cooldowns, and if you're able to get them down, then that ranger's got literally no utility skills and he has to walk around throwing axes all day.
That's right, yeah. Focusing down those spirits is the best way to get them down at the moment. That Necro,
taking a lot of damage though.
Yep, going into Death Shroud form, so that's good for him. Fighting on the point is really important. Doesn't look like Imperial's doing that too much. Looks like they are now a little bit, but you can see them running off it a little bit as well. So
I feel like, you know, if Imperial can get a really great sort of engage and really drop a lot of AoE, which they're doing quite a good job of right now, and take out all those players on point, then they'll be able to run around with the map, and it shows because they're getting a lot of kills.
They are, but look at the caps at the moment. They're not holding any at all. Fighting on this one isn't doing them any good, whereas their natural point, the quarry, as well as the waterfall, is still being kept by ALFA.
Oh, and those warriors, you know, so good at rallying. They can just vengeance. They got the banner. They got, you know, all kinds of goodies to keep them fighting. You know, quite durable, I guess. You know, they do take a lot of damage from these elementalists, but then again, they can be quite a nuisance.
This isn't too good for Imperial at the moment. Both of those points, the quarry and the waterfall, being kept by ALFA at the moment.
You can see on the minimaps, they're actually just sending one person to the waterfall. I don't know why they're not sending one to the quarry. You know, the quarry is their own point. This is something they should be able to take up, and surely after one of these players is dropped out, they should just head off straight to the quarry rather than jumping back into the, you know, cluster in the middle.
Yeah, that's probably not the best, but we'll see the elementalist respawning now, so he's probably going to go to the quarry and try and get that point back.
Just players, you know, obviously you get so caught up in the match, and it's really hard to sort of figure out and take a step back and look, you know, hey, sometimes we just got to go to another point, sometimes we just got to go for a walk, you know.
That's right, yes. Because it's hard to pull out of those engagements.
Did he just switch his weapons there? I don't know if maybe he switched his spec or something. I believe he's still sticking with the double dagger. Just that maneuverability with the Ride of the Lightning, just so fantastic.
That's right, yeah.
And now they're going to finally go and get their own quarry.
That's right. It has been contested though, so someone was probably there during the elementals being downed.
But yeah, it's just been capped and left. We're going to see it finally capped for the first time in the game. And this would be a great time to transition to the waterfall, because we can see that one on the minimap there is being contested as well. Well, not really contested, but we see some players down there, so I wonder what they're doing. Are they just trying to siege them up from a range, or are they...
Imperial
what could be going on?
I think Imperial doing a good spread here now. We can see that maneuverability. They should probably be leaving one person on the point since it's being capped so much.
Possibly. I mean, I think at this point in time they can't really afford that luxury. You know, we're getting to that point. We discussed this before. There's that critical mass in the game where, you know, even if you're just kind of hold 1 point for the rest of the game, you can just 5-man it. And if you're at sort of 400 points or sort of 200 points up, then you know what? You might not be getting points very fast, but you're going to get them before your opponent gets to 500. That's for sure.
That is very true.
A lot of kills going down.
Just while this elementalist is down, talking about the mechanics of this map, there is a guild lord that you can kill. So
yes, there is the guild lord, and there's been a lot of discussion about this. I don't know if you guys have played Guild Wars 1. Oh god, I don't know how many times I've said that now, but there used to be a little type of game format which was guild versus guild. Makes a lot of sense, right? Guild Wars. And that had a guild lord, and the guild lord was again positioned in a fort, a little bit more reinforced perhaps than these forts, and there wasn't really so much of an emphasis on capture points. It was actually, the way to win was just to kill the guild lord, and capturing points would just give you buffs for your team, and it was more of like a flag run sort of thing. So, you know, it's an interesting mechanic, and I'm pretty pleased that they brought it back, but they really need to do something about it, because at the moment 100 points is just not enough of an incentive for players to invest so much time and resources into getting that kill. Bit of engage on the point here. Yeah,
we can see that Element is coming back to find a warrior on his point. Not really what you want, coming back to your own point, but nonetheless, he's going to try and kill him now to reclaim that point for his team. And I think he's doing a good job of it.
With that maneuverability, he's able to dodge a lot of those warrior attacks, and I don't know if he didn't get off that eviscerate, or it just didn't do quite as much damage as he might have thought it would have done, but yeah, I think a dagger elementalist got that maneuverability great against those melee classes.
Definitely, that is 100% right. Going to have the advantage over any of those melee classes.
And this is something we sort of, you know, thought about beforehand. You know, people were saying running dual warriors was gimmicky, but fact of the matter is, you know, you just got to learn how to deal with it. You got to learn what attacks to dodge and when to dodge them, and you know what, you can be fine.
Imperial doing a good job here now, being able to maybe get a 3 cap going, not too sure. They've got the waterfall secured, they do have the quarry, no one's defending the quarry that much though.
A really nice turnaround, and oh, it does look like the quarry has just got contested. This quarry is just a problematic point for these guys. You know what, maybe it was a good idea if they left someone at that point.
I would think so, but you know, their strategy is to try and nuke them at the graveyard, so...
But they are catching up in points here, so you know what, maybe they're just going to say, whatever, have the quarry, because we're just going to have the graveyard and, you know, sneak up in points quickly, but, you know, they'll get there.
So we'll see what happens here, not really finding on the point, so Alpha could be doing a little bit of a better job, but I guess single targeting few people up there is also good.
And that's the benefit of having Elementalists over Warriors, is if you're up there, you know what, you can just siege them down, or like we saw earlier, just ride the lightning right off the edge into the fray.
That's right, yeah. So a lot of damage going down now on this this middle point. We've still got 2 members at the waterfall. Perhaps they should have sent someone down. Maybe someone's up there to try and intercept. Looks like one of them died actually. Maybe one of them was up there intercepting the players that were respawning, but
yeah, and really good play just there with that Elementalist doing a lot of damage. I mean, he's going to get taken out by that Warrior, but we did see him, like before, you know, dodge a lot of those skills, but he did get hit with that Eviscerate, and it just...
managed to get the quick rally up on that one, so...
I think it was because that Necromancer just went down there, and the other Necromancer's also down. But again, going down again, and that Warrior is going to go down again, and it's just death after death. I mean, that kill log is just going nuts.
So when the Elementalist respawns here, most likely you're going to go back to the graveyard once again, cap that, go to the back to the quarry, then back to the graveyard. I
love how, you know, when you click on the target's name, they got the little level 80 up there. A little bit off topic, but you know, always want to make sure you're level 80. You know, you don't want to have a 79 in there. That would just be at a disadvantage. What do you reckon?
It would be. I believe so, yeah. You want to make sure all of your teammates level 80 before you go into one of these matches.
And again, that down mechanic was coming into play there. We saw rally after rally, and quite frankly, I think Elementalist and Warrior, they've got their Misform and Vengeance are kind of similar in the death mechanic, you know, skills that they've got available.
And it's 3 cap from Imperial, so good job here. I guess sending all of their players to the graveyard by Alpha wasn't the best choice because they've all died, and being able to kind of trap the enemy players in their base. And there we go, there's the W.
A really nice comeback, you know, it's not something we see enough of, I don't think. You know, I really think players should be adapting their styles and really sort of trying to go for those comebacks, because a lot of the time we see players just, you know what, we're just going to go into this match, we're going to have our strategy, and if we win, we win, and if not, we're not playing it right. But I don't think that's the right mentality. I think you really got to think about changing up your strategy, and thankfully with those Elementalists, they had that maneuverability, and they had that option to go around and capture those points while routing their opponent at the graveyard.
Yeah, that I definitely have to agree with that.
So another game for you guys, you know, a little bit of a dual Elementalist, dual Warrior action. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that in the future. I can't wait to the day when we see, you know, like 5 Necromancers all putting marks on one point and just, you know, destroying a stray member that walks through, you know. Kind of looking forward to getting in the game and doing something like that myself. But as for now, you know, we've got some great players out there, and as always, we hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned.